Hello and welcome back to TNI UK Impacted episode 192. Coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. I am, of course, your host, Bison, and today I'm joined by the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, the Joker. Hello, buddy. You all right?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, man. I am good. I say it's hot, man. It is hot
Yes,
today.
it's terrible.
So I'm not going to complain. We don't get it very often. So
no, we're British. It's our job to complain about the weather. You know, that's like the thing. That's our thing.
It's our thing.
Yeah.
I'm British and I'm going to complain about the weather.
It's either complaining about the weather, godless optimism, or standing in a queue.
You're right.
You're
right.
Hello, Sami.
Yeah. And moaning about the Germans. That's another one.
Yeah,
we often do that as well. But anyway, right. So it's all good, though, isn't it? It's all good. I mean, we've not had a particularly. I mean, I was saying this to you all fair. We've not had a particularly big week for news or rumours or anything like that.
No.
So not a massive amount to talk about.
We've got that to moan about too.
Yeah, we can moan about that. We can moan about it's been a short news week. It's not on. For God's sake, it's not on. I think the biggest gripe I've got right now, and I'm going to go on about it until the cows come home. Still no news on October dates or venues for BFG. What's going on? What's going on, Joe?
Yeah, don't even know if there's any tapings in October.
It's just crazy. We've got everything up to and then past October, but nothing in October. Don't get it. You know, and if it does turn out to be in the UK, they're not really giving us much time to sort ourselves out, are they?
No, I'm going to be struggling enough as it is. It's just irritating.
It's frustrating as hell. And it must be frustrating for others as well. I'm not just saying here in the UK. I mean, if it turns out to be in the UK, then great. But if it's not, it's got to be frustrating for whoever or wherever it turns out to be. It is frustrating. We need time. We need time to plan stuff. We need to sort our dates out, travel, and all sorts of shit like that. But no, they're just going to leave it until right at the last minute. And it's I don't know, especially if it's in a big venue. Are they going to end up having enough time to sell the place out?
Hopefully, but we never know.
That's the trouble. That is the problem. You need to get it out there. I have a funny feeling that if it is going to be in the UK, they're trying to tie it in with a release on the fact that we're going to have a channel in the UK. That's going to be carrying the weekly show, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be Ayazat that's going to take them on a weekly basis. They've obviously got some kind of working relationship going on there. It's a free view channel. It's available in, I would say, most places in the UK. It's a good channel to land. They're obviously, they've been promoting TNA stuff on their social medias, on their website. They've been promoting it. So I think it's not going to be long until the weekly turns up on there. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm hoping it is something like that, and I hope we do get some news soon. I've seen the rumors about the potential UK deals and that, and I know they've got one sorted in India now. They've got more expansion in India. That came out recently too. They're expanding still. They're signing with new networks all over the world. So hopefully the UK will actually get a grip on things and join the party.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what? God, just imagine if they announced it actually, BFG and a few tapings are going to be in India.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty impressive. That would be amazing.
I mean, although I wouldn't be able to go, it'd still be pretty cool.
It'd be bloody amazing for me. Amazing for a lot of people. I think it'd be fantastic.
They could go to some big venues over there. I think they'd sell those places out big time.
Definitely.
But there you go. Okay, let's talk about NXT. I just want to quick say hello to Mir, by the way, and Eric, who's in the chat. Anyone else in the chat, let us know. As always, I'd like to give you guys a hello and a welcome to the show. Let's talk about NXT, mate. Let's talk about NXT.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I say NXT. What I should be saying is NXT UK. That's what I should be saying. NXT NA. That's what I should be saying, right?
Yeah.
So NXT NA. Let's have a chat about it. Hey Zach. Great American Bash night 1. Joe Hendry live in concert. Basically, giving. I think they're called Gallos or something. Gallos is the group led by Joe Coffey, I believe. The Scottish group. That basically got the Joe Hendry treatment in concert. We then later find out that he's going to be facing Joe Coffey next week. So Joe Hendry versus Joe Coffey next week.
That's going to be good.
Week 2. The Rascalz / MSK are going to be going for the NXT tag titles next week on NXT NA. American Bash.
They brought the Treehouse back into WWE. I thought that was brilliant. I didn't. I have not seen the Joe Hendry.
I was going to talk about that, and I'll tell you what, right? And because I was like, they're never going to do the trios. Well, they didn't do it the way we would have done it. Okay. Now I saw people going, the trios with WWE production, and I kind of get that. However, like they were saying, like that as a good thing. Okay. Like basically they were doing it better than we were doing it. Okay.
It wasn't the same.
Okay. No, it didn't work as well. Because it was so well produced, it should have been a little bit more raw. Because the trios is raw. We want to see the smoke going across the screen. We don't want to see like fancy green lights behind them. I don't know. For me, I don't think it worked quite as well. The whole idea with the trios is it should be a little bit raw. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like a little kids trio. Where you got
exactly. It's just a little trio. It's not supposed to be like fancy production. But hey, the trios cheered by the crowd. They know TNA. No, exactly. It's true.
Yeah.
But I just don't think, for me, the production value is a little bit too high for what it's supposed to be, for what you're trying to represent in that moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of spoiled the rawness of it for me.
Yeah. That's
you saying hello?
They tried. I was just going to say hi to Barry Monkey and hi to Zach Bonifer and hello to Mia if I didn't say hello.
Yes. So it was good to see, and I'm glad they did it because I never thought that they would have done it. I did think they would have done the trios, and of course the suggestion of what they were going to do after they, after the cameras went off as well. I thought that was cool, and it, it's good and it worked. But yeah, so it's good to see the trios. Good to see the Rascalz next week going to be going for the title. I love the reference to Booker T, believing in Joe Hendry with the picture of him.
I saw Joe Hendry posting that on Facebook. Booker T's now like endorsed as the representative of Joe Hendry in NXT or something like that. That made me laugh.
And I love the way that they've obviously got the whole heel character of Booker T down in that segment as well, which I thought was really cool. And I love the reference to the boys being kids of Dutch Mantel. I loved all of that stuff. I thought it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Terrible facial hair, I love it. It was a good section. In fact, for me, it was probably one of the best ones he's done.
I'll have to go check it out.
I thought it was really good. Really enjoyed it, and it's going to be great to see where all this goes. And it looks like what we're getting now, though, we're getting loads of that crossover. The storyline, the storylines are kind of following each other from show to show, which is fucking awesome.
Well, if Joe Coffey can come over to TNA for a couple of matches, that would be amazing because he's so good.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the possibilities now are starting to grow, aren't they? It's starting to grow. So it's definitely getting exciting. I love the fact that Joe has been referencing the fact he could turn up on any show anywhere.
Yeah.
Referencing WWE, of course.
Yeah. Nic Nemeth has done it too, and Jordynne Grace. They're all saying any company, anywhere, will be there.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. But here's another thing, and this is harping back to the fact that nothing's been announced for October yet, is that tickets have gone on sale for Turning Point, and that's in November.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
Ooh, what's going on? Might be something completely different. Might be a completely different thing altogether for Ben Bound for Glory. Might be a cross event or something.
I don't know, mate. I don't know what's going on. But listen, thoughts on the WWE TNA working relationship so far? What do you think about it all so far, Joe?
I've only seen the TNA side of it, so I can only speak as a TNA fan. But I'm really, really pleased with how WWE is working with everything. They're being professional about it. Both sides of the roster are getting on brilliantly, and both companies are promoting each other's work as well, which is what we wanted to see when Tony Khan was working with them. But Tony Khan was
like whenever you see a TNA wrestler on NXT, they reference TNA. The wrestlers generally reference TNA, and you get the TNA graphic come up as well.
Yeah, it's just little things like that extra bit of appreciation, and then they've done it when NXT wrestlers come over to TNA. So it's just little things like that. I think it's really great to see.
Yeah, I think it's good too. And Barry, I think you might be right. I'm sure there's something going on. There's something in the works with regards to Josh Alexander. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't turn up next week. The American West Week 2 to interfere in the Coffey and Joe Hendry match, but we'll see. Okay, let's have a little Xplosion. Let's talk about Xplosion. We get a rundown from Slammiversary to sort of kind of open the show. A lot based around, funny enough, the Josh Alexander turn on Joe Hendry, low blow, and all that kind of stuff. We get Gia Miller going around the ring with Alisha Edwards. And then Tasha Steelz, after what I thought was a pretty good match, actually, defeated Gisele Shaw in the main event. Now, I wasn't expecting this because I thought that there was a potential push here for Gisele Shaw.
Yeah.
And so far, she's not really won much, has she?
No, what it has, what I did catch on up with the match this morning. What this match is doing is it's building a rivalry between Gisele Shaw and Tasha Steelz now, because Tasha Steelz is still claiming she is the next big thing in the Knockouts division, and the one to go past before they get to Jordynne Grace and everything. So one thing it's doing is it's going to be building up Gisele Shaw's merit a lot more. And although I would rather see Tasha Steelz go for a title shot if any title shots are coming from TNA next. So I'd rather go to Tasha Steelz first, and Gisele Shaw build herself up even more. But who else has she got to beat? She's beaten Zaya Brookside, and everyone else on the roster is busy elsewhere. So
there's still plenty of talent. There's still plenty of talent, and I've been looking over. I mean, you look at the knockout. There's still like 14 female wrestlers that could be used. But we just don't seem to be using them at the minute, which is kind of shame. I know that obviously Alicia's tied up. Mash is tied up with Alisha in that sort of that side of things. I saw some stuff coming out from Kylan King over the last couple of days where she's back to training her legs and stuff. So that's great to see. Zach, do I want to see Josh and Ethan and the North reunion? Do you know what? I've actually heard that Josh and Ethan aren't actually friends at the minute. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen. No. I don't know. I've heard that the pair of them had a bit of a falling out. So but I don't know how true that is. But it's the same old thing.
Yeah, it's tit for tat.
You just don't know.
No.
Apologies for my coughing, guys. It's I've got some allergies going on with the hot weather. It's got a bit worse. Right. Okay. So Anyway, I thought Xplosion was okay. It got back to that whole one match scenario thing, which I don't like. It does get on my nerves, but again, hopefully next week we'll get 2 matches again. The 2-match format is the way to go for me.
Definitely.
Okay. Impact. Let's talk about Impact. I'm sorry, guys, but it was a very slow news week this week. So let's get into Impact. So Nic Nemeth kicks off TNA Impact by addressing his TNA World Championship win at Slammiversary. He promises to be a fighting champion, like they all do, and defend the title against any challenger. Campaign Singh interrupts him to introduce Mustafa Ali, who downplays Nemeth's win, focusing instead on Ali's loss and the TNA X Division Championship to people might be. Pardon me. Ali accuses Earl Hebner and Bailey of screwing him out of the X Division Championship, which both the Montreal crowd and Nemeth agree he deserved. Ali then announces a new campaign to make the TNA World title great again. Nemeth responds by offering to defend the title that night, but Ali declines scheduling the match for next week. Ali attempts to attack Nemeth, but manages to evade him, Singh, and their security team. Now, I quite enjoyed this opening segment. I'm not going to lie. To me, it just smelt of what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Typical opening segment. You world champ. In comes the next challenger. Blah, blah, blah. I have a feeling that this is going to be Mustafa Ali's final match. It's basically he's getting his flowers. He's getting a world title shot.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for all the great work you've done over the past 6 months. Because I noticed that generally that's what happens when they bring people in to do a 12-month program. By the end of it, they generally get a world title shot.
They get to really show how good they are. Really show that they have been one of the best on the roster by going up against one of the best on the roster.
Even if it's a losing match, it doesn't matter. It's all about the fact that they're giving them the shot. So it's all good. This will be Nick's first defense, and I'm pretty sure that's the kind of feeling I'm getting here. This is the vibes I'm getting. I haven't seen him being advertised for anything past past Montreal. So shame. I don't think he's been advertised for the Florida tapings, or I don't remember seeing him being advertised for Florida. So I think this is probably the last we're going to see of him, which would be a shame because I think he's been amazing over the last 6 months or so. Been
6 or 7 months, yeah.
He's done an amazing
incredible
job. Yeah. They should be offering him money, if you ask me, but there you go. Gia Miller then interviews the new TNA World Tag Team Champions ABC, along, of course, with Broken Matt Hardy. They discuss their upcoming match against the System and JDC. Matt acknowledges the numbers disadvantage, but reveals that the 7 deities gave him a premonition. We need to get that as a soundbite.
A premonition!
But reveals that the 7 deities gave him a premonition that they will have someone they believe in on their side tonight. I agree, Barry. I think Kaylin is amazing. I can't wait for her to come back. Okay. What were your thoughts? I thought this was a great segment. All this backstage stuff I thought was really good. Have you noticed? Now, I put this out there the other day. Have you noticed the production value of the backstage stuff has gone up? Lighting's improved.
Yeah.
The production values have gone up. And there's no difference now between the colouring of the backstage to the front of house either. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, and I noticed that the lighting was a hell of a lot. It's been a lot better the past couple of weeks. They've again, the production's just gone perfectly. They've been up in the game since the start of the year. Well, since November last year, and it's been.
Well, they had a dip, didn't they? They had a dip after Hard to Kill. There was a set of tapings after that were really good, and then they dipped. For a good month or so.
And then it's just like after all their drama got out of the way, things have just gone right back onto pushing forward, and then they've pushed forward really quickly.
Yeah,
And hello
agree.
to John Morandi, who believes in Joe Hendry from India. And hello, Courtney.
Hello, Courtney.
Mrs. Nemeth.
Mrs. Nemeth herself. I think you should change your name on there, Courtney, to Courtney Nemeth. Yeah, that would be cool. Hey, John, nice to see you, bud. Thanks for joining us all the way from India. That's pretty amazing.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Let us give us your thoughts on the recent announcements of the TV deals in India. What are your thoughts on maybe TNA coming and doing some pay-per-view? Maybe we were talking about it earlier, saying we were trying to figure out why Bound for Glory, and obviously there's no October dates. You know, a lot of people are speculating that we could be in the UK. I'm you know, what if they, with the recent announcement of the great TV deal in India, it goes to India? What are your thoughts on that? That would be a big shock, I think, for everybody. I don't think anyone's been thinking that at all. But anyway, getting back to Impact, Ryan and Nic Nemeth are talking backstage when Frankie Kazarian confronts them, talking trash. Santino then enters the scene and announces that Kazarian will face Ryan Nemeth next week. We then go back in the ring. Macklin grabs the mic and expresses his frustration, stating that despite his efforts to change the Canadian fans, despite his efforts to change, the Canadian fans had the audacity to sing "Na na 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 hey goodbye." After he was eliminated in a recent six-way elimination match. As the US veteran, he tells the Canadian fans they can kiss his US ass. Cody then comes out, saying he's there to shut Macklin's mouth on behalf of Canada. The Montreal crowd enthusiastically supports this challenge. We then obviously get Macklin versus Cody Deaner. Which actually I thought Cody did all right. Like I was expecting him to get absolutely battered, but I thought he did okay. Well, Macklin obviously defeated Cody Deaner in the end, but it was all right. It was a solid match. What were your thoughts?
I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the Macklin just ripping into the crowd. Well, that was brilliant. That was one of the best promos Macklin's done before, and he's just goals on the mic. And this was brilliant. I love it when he gets
believable, Macklin.
Yeah, I love it when he just gets so pissed off with the audience and breaks character during the match, does them to piss off. It's little things like that. It's really
the thing is with Macklin is like he's like Stone Cold. You know what I mean? He's got that kind of voice that you just believe everything is coming out of his mouth.
Yeah,
it's so believable. Having a bit of piss there. No, I'm not. Anyway, Barry Monkey saying that Cody Deaner isn't a bad wrestler, just bloody annoying. He's a bit annoying, I must admit, but he's a good wrestler. The problem is with Cody, he's just too small. So you stick him in against a beast like Macklin. Well, Macklin's going to just throw him around like a rag doll, which is pretty much what happened. But there you go. Sami Callihan addresses the events involving First Class at Slammiversary on the Deathmatch TV. I'm not going to lie. I love these DMTV segments. I think they're great. You know, this whole kind of like 70s feel, and I think it's great. It's cool. But we then obviously get Sami versus AJ Francis. But, you know, in the end, AJ Francis defeated Sami.
Yeah. With a few caveats involved.
Of course. and no, there was no diving either, was there?
No, he wasn't banned from diving. But he did... I forgot what it's called, that running boot now. He did do that and go over the ropes again. But I think that's part of the execution rather than him needing to be banned from diving. So... this isn't really justified, but I'm going to play it anyway.
You are banned from diving.
You are. I love it. You are banned from diving. We just need to play it again, purely and simply because it's Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
There's no other reason. You just have to keep playing these things. And of course, Courtney loves Nic Nemeth, as she's pointing out there. We then find out that Rosemary will be in action this coming week. There's nobody more excited to find that out. What were your thoughts, Joe?
Oh God, this is crazy. It's like, well, the way I can see it is she's literally just going to completely change character. You know, she's still going to be Rosemary, but she's going to have nothing to do with the Hive, nothing to do with the Undead Realm as it is. You know, she's like throwing all that away now because, you know, like she said, she's the seventh in the garden with no humans left to play with. So what is there left for her to do?
There you go.
It's like, I'm really looking forward to this. It's almost like when she came in to begin with and you just didn't have a clue what the hell was this.
What do you think of the change to the blonde hair?
I think it really suits her.
Yeah.
It really brings out those demonic eyes even more than the contact lenses do.
Oh, it really brings out her eyes. Oh, Joe. Hang on a minute. You're going to be bloody asking her to marry you any minute. We're gonna have another wedding on Impact. Joe the Joker and Rosemary get
and Rosemary posted the wedding videos the other day. Johnny Bravo and Rosemary.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. So
I'll take a bullet. I don't care if it's a chance to get stand next to Rosemary. Fuck it.
Yeah, fair play. Hey Simon, thanks for joining us. Now we then get Jordynne Grace and Eric Young versus Ash, By Elegance and Hammerstone. I thought this was a pretty good match actually. I quite enjoyed it. I quite like these sort of kind of like mixed gender matches.
I do too.
I think they're pretty good. But Ash and Hammerstone get the win. So basically, the losers from Slammiversary get the win over the winners of Slammiversary.
They work really well together as well. You know, if they could carry this forward as a rivalry between all four of them, that for a couple of weeks, that would be really good. Because Hammerstone and Ash By Elegance, they work really well together, and Eric Young and Jordynne Grace just work together brilliant with anybody.
I think it was just a really solid intergender match. I really enjoyed it. Again, this whole show actually for me was probably the best sort of kind of like fallout from a pay-per-view we've had this year. This one was better than, I mean, the one from Hard
to Kill
was okay, but then the following one from Rebellion I thought was terrible. So, you know, the one after Hard to Kill was okay. The one from Rebellion was terrible. And then this one I thought was the best one for me. I thought the storytelling was good. The way the matches are sort of kind of like panning out, the way the rivalries are starting to click into gear, I think worked really, really well too. I agree, Barry. I don't think they've lumbered Hammerstone with Ash. I don't think they have. I don't think you'll see this again. But fingers crossed. I mean, Simon is correct in saying that Ash has definitely proven herself now.
Yeah.
Because it's Slammiversary. We talked about this last week. Slammiversary, amazing. She did an amazing job, and I'm not going to take nothing away from her. Did a great job, and I was saying it in the preview for Slammiversary. This is the one. And she did it. She did do it. So she did a great job. Alisha Edwards addresses the TNA faithful in front of a broken system. I mean, they were coming in, weren't they? And none of them wanted to speak. They were just
that was brilliant. That was a great promo. Everyone's just sat there, stone faced.
With Alisha with her title on her shoulder, just sort of kind of like being the top there.
The system are sad, pandas.
They were very sad that they lost. The system clearly didn't work at Slammiversary.
The system harassment panda.
Yeah, they trusted the system, and it just didn't work. So yeah, the system finally didn't work. But anyway, so which I thought was interesting, the way that they took part in playing that. Josh Alexander then enters the ring to a brand spanking new theme tune, I might add, to address his actions at Slammiversary. He begins by insulting the Montreal crowd, criticizing the city and its fans. However, instead of providing any explanation for his actions against Joe Hendry and whatever went on after, Alexander abruptly drops the mic and walks away with a smirk on his face. I'm never a fan of these type of segments, so I'm going to say this is a thumbs down for me, and I'm a Josh fan, but I thought this segment was probably the lowest part of the show. I'm never a fan of these, like, mic drop moments where they just don't do anything, no explanation, nothing, just come out smirked. So you know what? Fuck you. That's it. Off you go. Kind of. I don't know. Did you like his new theme tune though?
His new theme is amazing. I couldn't actually hear it when I watched all the highlights on Twitter and that. So when I got around to watching TNA yesterday, I was like, wow, this is bloody brilliant. And I saw Josh, promoting how pleased he is with it all as well, and how the day after TNA was aired. So it's a massive thing that Josh has got put together, and it suits him brilliantly. I love the way he was ripped into the crowd and got them so pissed off it almost justified him not giving them an answer and walking off. But
I'm going to
go back to the real Canada.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know. I just think they could have done a little bit more. He could have given some kind of explanation, but he gave nothing, which is fine. That's his prerogative, I guess. Dragonstorm's right. Josh's new song is definitely a heel. Yes, definitely. Totally agree. Did you see Joe Hendry concert in NXT last night, Sid? Yes, we did, buddy. We already spoke about it. It was cool. If you want to go back, just when we're done, just reverse back. We had a good chat about it near the beginning of the show. Gia Miller interviews Speedball Mike Bailey, celebrating his historic win in becoming the two-time Xplosion champion in Montreal. During the interview, the Rascalz enter the frame, congratulating Bailey on his achievement. They then challenged Bailey to a 6-man tag team match. They had to find themselves a partner. Good. We've got it. We'll talk about that in a second on what we've got coming this week. It's nice to see all three of them in action again. We know that when all three of them are on fire, they're incredible, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm not wondering. I'm just wondering who Mike Bailey's going to be picking. My biggest guess will be Kushida, because I've not seen the Slater advertised for any upcoming matches. Which is one who I'd love to have seen put in this match, because his match against Trey Miguel before Gresham came in and ruined it was just amazing. I want to see them pick off from that again.
Yeah, totally. Can I just say a quick hello to Terrence, who's joined us?
Yeah.
Hello, buddy. Nice to see you. And you're right, Courtney, and that Gallus interrupted Joe, which was, a bit of a beatdown. I actually thought the Rascalz were going to come out and help Joe at that point, obviously because they were there, but they didn't, or at least maybe some of the NXT guys come out and who don't like Gallus or whatever, would have been quite good. But there you go. And you're right, Barry. I agree with that. Wes does feel like he's back as opposed rather than just visiting. But it's great to see the three of them firing on all three cylinders, shall we say? Be interesting. We need to get in. We need to get Myra Reading, because that would be the first time that we would have had all four of them on.
That'd be amazing.
On national TV as well, which would be great. And Courtney was hoping that would happen as well. What I was talking about just now. Can I just say hello to John? Nice to see you, John.
Hello to Roger.
Roger Sims is in the house as well. What's this? Reports say WWE want to sign the Hardy Boys. Oh, I'm sure they do. Get one last run out of them. I think that's what they're after as well. Yes, Courtney, we spoke about the treehouse. My thoughts on the treehouse. I'm going to say this as we're talking about the Rascals. My thoughts on the treehouse is that the production value was too high. The treehouse shouldn't be like a perfectly produced segment. It shouldn't be like that. That's not what it is. Because in fairness, TNA could do a better production value of it, but that's the whole point of it is that it's a treehouse. It's not supposed to be like this perfectly produced moment. And I thought they were a little bit watered down. They weren't quite as raw as they would have been in TNA. Although, it was okay. It was okay. And I'm just chuffed that they did it. I'm just chuffed that WWE did it with the little hint at the end of what the Rascals were going to be doing. I thought was interesting as well. And they allowed that, which was cool. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to PCO and Steph DeLander. Are still obviously joyfully celebrating their engagement backstage, which was really good, and they're cordially inviting us to the wedding next week and all that kind of stuff. I thought was nice. I thought PCO with a smile on his face was kind of was quite unsettling. It's just yay! Yeah, unbelievable. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. We've got that this week, and then we head into the main event, which was ABC, obviously with Broken Matt Hardy versus the System and JDC. All this ABC, JDC, I don't know, or RCLS, I don't know. It's all in there. After a fun match, basically ABC and Broken Matt defeated the System and JDC. So the bad times continue for the System. Obviously, this is the last thing we saw. It kind of went off air. What were your thoughts on the main event, Joe? Because I thought the main event was really solid. ABC,
the main event was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. I was on the edge of my seat throughout this entire match. It was so well polished by all six men. And again, Dango just showing that he is a really, really serious wrestler. When he wants, they've mentioned it in commentary too. He goes around saying, "Oh, he didn't like pro wrestling," but imagine what I could do if I actually was bothered. And we're actually seeing that, and he's absolutely incredible. He was taking bumps like bloody, hell. He was dishing up punishment like crazy. It was a really, really good match, and the finish was amazing. The twist of fate and the hype that Chris Bay got on that splash. I thought he was going to go for the roof.
Yeah,
he almost went into another stratosphere. That is just incredible.
It was incredible. Oh, I just noticed Eli is just sneaked in. How you doing, bud? Thanks for joining us. Jack Havel, my friend, my friend, he's in the house as well. Nice to see you, Jack. He thought that the main event was great, which is pretty cool. Good to hear. I think it was a pretty solid show all round, and the main event was fantastic. I'm not going to lie, absolutely fantastic. So I'm pleased with it, and to be honest, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night, and all the fun stuff that I think is going to go ahead on. Let's have a look at it. Actually, let's have a quick look. Hang on, let me bring that up. So tomorrow night, so this Thursday on Impact, we of course have got Wedding of PCO and Steph DeLander. We've got that going on. We've got the Rascals versus Speedball Mountain and Kushida.
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting. We've got Ryan Nemeth taking on Frankie Kazarian, the king of TNA. Again, I'm a bit of a fan of Ryan Nemeth. I think he's really good.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, Jody Threat. Go on.
He was underappreciated when he was on AEW, and then everyone was calling for him to come back when they saw what he was doing on TNA.
Oh, mate, that shit pisses me off. It pisses you off.
It does. But he said to him, "I'm having such a good time at TNA at the moment, guys. I'm sorry."
Exactly, and that's the way it should be. You got to push your own promotion. Hey, Zane, nice to see you, mate. With regards to your question, do I think Jordynne Grace will sign with the WWE. Do you know what? I'm a bit 50-50 on it. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit 50-50 on it. Because I'll tell you why. Because I think it's not like Jordynne needs the money or anything like that. So it's not going to be money orientated. But also, I think she likes the freedom to be able to do other things. And I'm not sure that she'll get that with WWE. And I think, to be fair, I think TNA will give her some wonga. They'll give her a decent amount of money. And they're not gonna not give her some decent money. I don't think. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see, because at the end of the day, it's down to her what she does, where she goes, what she think is going to be best for her in terms of financial gain. Is it going to be all about finance? I don't know. I don't think that's what she's driven by. What do you think, Joe?
I think there is a very, very high chance she will go to WWE simply because of the different competition. That's the main reason why. One of the main reasons why Deonna Purrazzo went to AEW, was because she's beaten everybody, faced everyone on TNA. She had nothing left to prove, so she goes over to another promotion where she can find other opponents that she's a bit more she's familiar with, but hasn't wrestled for a long time.
Right.
She's doing pretty well over there, despite what everyone says. And Jordynne Grace will be the same. There's a couple of people in WWE that she's faced before, like Mia Yim and Chelsea Green. There's many she hasn't faced before, and she probably hasn't faced in her entire career. So there's a huge open door there. But again, she's been to Japan recently as well, and she's had an absolute blast there. So if she goes to WWE, there might be more restrictions and things like that. So obviously, I do agree with you. It's like a 50-50, 60-40, 33.5, and a 66 and 2/3% chance. We never know. Something like that.
Yeah, again, that's the other thing as well, is that she's got an OnlyFans account, but somebody's saying in there that apparently they allow it now.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that Jordynne Grace's OnlyFans account makes her $1 million a year. So you'd be like, oh man, do I want to give up that kind of money?
Yeah.
But there you go. Jack's saying that I think she will. I think they will have a push hard for her, offer the world the new style of WWE, maybe more open to her freedom. Look at likes of Shayna Baszler, of course, and Bloodsport. That's true. That is true. Yeah. So they are seemingly open to doing more things now. Outside of NXT, outside of the promotion in general. So yeah, he's got a point there, Jack. You got a point. So who knows? We'll just have to, we just have to see. We just have to wait and see what happens. I'd hate to lose her because I think she's amazing.
I would say it was hard losing Deonna Purrazzo, and it would be a shame to lose Jordynne Grace too.
Yeah. Now I'm absolutely shocked because I thought Jack Havell, is that who I think it is? And it is. It is the other half of my nursery manager is there, which is surprising. And we have never spoken about TNA, so I'm absolutely gobsmacked that you're joining us today. So it's cool, and you've got so much to offer. It's fantastic, Jack. So make sure you come back week after week. I like it. Okay, so we've got a lot of discussion going on. A lot of people have lots of thoughts on where things are going to go, what they're going to do. I think it's great. But we're just, all we can do as mere fans is just wait and see and find out. So we were talking about Ryan Nemeth versus Frankie Kazarian. I think that's going to be a really, really good match. And I'm hoping that we're going to really get to see how good Ryan is during this. I think that's probably why they've given him this opportunity. We then got Jody Threat, who I'm a massive fan of, versus my other favorite, Masha Slamovich. This is going to be a absolute barn burner of a match. And I can't wait. And of course, Rosemary, our Hive Queen herself, is going to be in action. What are your thoughts on the knockout side of things, Joe?
I'm looking forward to next week. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen at PCO's wedding. I'm wondering if Craig's not really actually stuck in traffic like he said he was, and I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already gone over to Tampa Bay. He's on a plane now, waiting there. We'll see him come down. Instead of that Matt Cardona will come and do something, because I know Matt Cardona objects to this as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not Limpstar, it's going to be Matt Cardona, but you can see Limpstar in the background handing Matt Cardona some cash.
Oh yeah, 100%. And Antonio Baker's right as well in what he's saying. He's saying that it looks like Anthem finally get that if they can get a TV deal, preferably a streaming deal, that will help with free agency.
Definitely.
Yeah, it'll help them keep talent. And help them obviously get, other free agent talents as well. Definitely. I mean, they're working on it. Everything's improving. You just have to give it time. And Zane, are you asking us if we are full-time YouTubers? Is that what you're asking? I think so, but no. The answer, if that is what you're asking, the answer is most definitely no. I would be on the streets if I was relying on what money come in from our YouTube channels. I would definitely be struggling to even buy a loaf of bread. So no, this is definitely not full-time job. I'd love it, actually. I think it'd be quite cool.
I'd like, if I was getting paid for this, I'd be really, really pleased.
No, it'd be amazing.
It's like something I wanted to do back at college was to become a DJ in radio or go into TV productions. So this is like the closest thing I've got to it now, and it's been a huge confidence boost since 2015. After everything was like a huge downward spiral from 2018 on. So from 2020 onwards, despite COVID and going into hospital for 6 months, and all that crap, with it's been a huge confidence boost the entire time on TNI. So if I was getting paid for this too, that'd be an extra caveat.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
It'd be amazing, but just to do it voluntarily and talk to people and talk to you guys is just incredible.
It's great. We have a good time doing it. It's just a hobby, boy. It's just a hobby, guys. But we enjoy it. We definitely enjoy it. It's good. Interestingly enough, now I know that Jack is into TNA. If we end up going to Bound for Glory, I'm gonna have to get Jack to come with me. I'm gonna have to get the BFG on the go. Right. What do you think of Ash by Elegance so far in TNA? I think it's not much better than she was back in WWE when she was Dana Brooks. Okay. No, I think she is better because she's getting more ring time. And I think her Slammiversary match with Jordynne Grace just proved that she is better than I think what she's been given before. So there you go. That's my thought. So I've said it before. Gail Kim and obviously Scott D'Amore at the time would not have put their faith in this girl if they didn't think she could go. And I think she has proved that she can go. I do. I 100% think that. So there you go. Now, guys,
echoing all of our frustrations.
Yeah, I know. It's getting on my honestly. If we talked about at the top of the show, still nothing whatsoever on BFG or October. I have a funny feeling that it's going to be in the UK. Some of the little rumors I've heard, some of the people I've spoken to, there's something in the works, and they're waiting on something before they can announce it. I actually think it's a UK TV deal, but we'll see. We'll see. But guys, listen. That's all we got time for this week. There's not much else to talk about. It's been a bit of a slow news week. But I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow night. And I'm very much looking forward to finding out where and when Bound for Glory is going to be. So maybe we'll find out next week. You never know. And it'll be the big talking point. We're all going to be excited. And we'll have to wait and see. Also, guys, if you want to support, if you want to support TNI UK team, please feel free to super sticker us or head over to the prowrestlingtees.com/total nonstop impact for some great t-shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links, of course, as always, below. All the TNI shows are available to all you listen on the go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JOK Empty Space. You can jump onto YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. Look for hashtag Empty Space, hashtag Into the Void, or if you fancy secure taste words and your sense of humor, hashtag Daily Giggle. But approach with an open mind, and you just might keep your sanity.
Fair play. If you want to follow TNI on the socials, of course, we are available at We Talk Impact, Instagram, Facebook, and of course X, as we like to call it. We are available there. If you want to find out a little bit more about the Bison, you can find out a bit more about me on the X at Lord Bison 45. Also, if you want to follow me on TikTok at Bison by Design, I am on there as well. Follow my journey. I do also do a little bit of wrestling stuff on there as well, so go and check that out. Most of it on there is all about kind of motivation, inspiration, and following my training regime, which is good. But guys, listen, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, and of course, a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out from both the UK and US teams each and every week. We are the best TNA related content channel on the planet, and we produce stuff every single week, whether it be reviews, previews, and of course interviews. We are the place to be. With all that said, I've been Bison, and of course he's been the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, the Joker. And unfortunately Limpster didn't join us today, but let's give him a quick shout out to Limpster.
Shout out to Limpster. Hope you can get back home. He's stuck in traffic.
He's stuck in traffic. He couldn't get home, so hopefully he gets home safe and we get to see him next week. With all that said, this has been episode 192 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.